Stop. Right now, your brain is committing a betrayal that is costing you your life. You feel it every single morning, a heaviness in your chest, a sticky apathy, and that quiet, poisonous voice inside whispering that your time is slipping away and you still haven't become the master of your own destiny.
You have lived long enough to realize the world is not going to help you. On the contrary, it is designed to keep you as a predictable, safe, and apathetic battery for someone else's systems. Your will is being systematically dismantled through cheap, garbage dopamine, turning your ambitions into dust. You aren't lazy, you have simply been hacked. You were conditioned to seek comfort where others find profit.
Today, we stop this game of pretending to live. I am not going to give you cheap self-help advice for naive idealists. We are turning to the dark science of discipline, the kind that combines the cold strategy of Machiavelli with the iron resilience of emperors. I will give you clinical-grade protocols that will allow you to perform a reverse hack on your mind.
We will turn your accumulated frustration and your hidden rage into ice-cold discipline. This video is your operating manual for your brain that has been hidden from you for years. Be warned, after this, your old, comfortable version of yourself will be destroyed. Use this knowledge to build your empire, not just to survive until tomorrow.
Who will you choose to be today? The master of your chemistry, or an eternal pawn in someone else's hands? Write this phrase in the comments. I am taking back control. This is your first step out of the shadows.
We begin. Let us look even deeper, right beneath the bone of your skull. Discipline. It is not an abstract philosophical concept or a personality trait you are born with. It is a physical, tangible structure.
There is a constant, quiet civil war going on inside your brain. On one side, the limbic system, the ancient animal center that demands instant pleasure, food, and safety right now. On the other side, the prefrontal cortex, your internal director and command center. Every time you choose a moment of weakness, your prefrontal cortex atrophies. It becomes thin and weak, like an untrained muscle. In the average person, this center is suppressed. Their director is locked in a closet, while a dopamine addict stands at the helm, ready to betray your future for a single like on a post or a bag of chips. But when you force yourself to do what is difficult, a miracle of neuroplasticity occurs. You literally increase the density of your gray matter. You build a biological foundation for your dominance. Look at the modern elite of Silicon Valley. These are the people who created the algorithms that keep you captive in an endless scroll. Do you think they consume their own product? A massive delusion. In California, a trend called radical dopamine fasting is gaining momentum. Billionaires, whose companies are valued at trillions of dollars, live by laws that resemble a monastic rule more than the life of a rich man.
They practice dopamine silence. No smartphones at home, no sucrose, no artificial stimulation. Why do they do this? Because they know the secret hidden from you behind bright app icons. Clarity of mind and control over dopamine receptors. This is the absolute supreme competitive advantage in the 21st century.
In a world where the average human attention span has dropped to the level of a goldfish, the person capable of holding focus on a complex task for 4 hours straight becomes practically a god among shadows. They see patterns hidden from everyone else. They make decisions while others are looking for a place to charge their phone. Take the case of a famous CEO from the Forbes list who manages assets worth hundreds of billions of dollars.
His morning begins not with coffee and not with checking stock quotes at 4 hours 30 minutes in the morning. The first thing he does, he plunges into a sensory deprivation tank. It is a tank of salt water where absolute darkness and silence reign. For 20 minutes, he deprives his brain of any external stimulation whatsoever.
What happens at that moment? His dopamine receptors, which get clogged with noise during the day, undergo a hard reset procedure. He intentionally plunges himself into a state of extreme boredom to reset his sensitivity settings. As a result, when he steps out of that tank, ordinary strategy writing or analyzing a complex report feels like an exciting, vivid game to his brain.
He has cheated his biology. He has turned a vacuum into a springboard for super productivity. Most of you do exactly the opposite. You wake up, and the first thing you do is feed your brain information fast food.
You flood your receptors with cheap noise from social media before you have even realized you are awake. Do not be surprised that by noon your will turns to mush, and by evening you feel like an emotional invalid. You burned your own fuel for victory yourself, trading it for empty notifications.
The strategist understands discipline. This is not a struggle with yourself. It is resource management. It is the ability to keep your brain in the state of a hungry hunter, for whom work is the only way to get a reward. If you want to own the world, you must first own the chemistry in your head. Write in the comments, my focus, my capital.
It is time to descend into the basements of your psyche, the places most are afraid even to look. Let us talk about what Carl Jung called the shadow. Since childhood, society, school, and religion have been diligently engaged in your mental training. You were taught to suppress aggression, hide ambitions, and be ashamed of your desire to dominate.
You were taught to be convenient, obedient, and nice. But I will reveal a dangerous truth to you. A convenient person will never, under any circumstances, become truly disciplined. Why? Because discipline, at its core, it is not a soft virtue, but an act of the highest form of aggression.
It is a healthy, ice-cold rage directed against your own weakness, against your own insignificance and laziness. If you try to force yourself to work out of a sense of duty or correctness, you will lose. Your limbic system will simply wait out your enthusiasm. But if you use the energy of your shadow, you become unstoppable. Men, it is not a lump of evil. It is a warehouse of your colossal primal energy, which you locked away so as not to scare those around you. Your wildest desires, your thirst for recognition, and your will to power live there. If you ignore the shadow, it turns into a saboteur. It manifests as laziness, sudden breakdowns, depression, and bad habits. We will release this beast from its cage, put a strict collar of discipline on it, and force it to work for your goals.
You must stop being afraid of your desire to be first. Stop apologizing for your ambitions. Power over yourself. It is the highest form of art, and it requires dark fuel. When at 11 o'clock in the evening, you feel that your strength is exhausted and you want to quit everything, do not look for soft words of support from coaches.
Find that predator within you who hates losing more than he loves resting. Discipline. It is not a peace treaty with yourself. It is a daily act of war against the old, flabby version of yourself that pulls you to the bottom, to cheap pleasures and oblivion. You must become what I call a black stoic. This is the archetype of a person who has achieved absolute self-mastery.
Outwardly, the black stoic is calm and motionless, like the mirror surface of a mountain lake in windless weather. But beneath that surface lies the destructive power of a granite press. He does not fuss, does not complain, and does not seek approval. When he sits down to work, he does not just complete tasks, he conducts an expansion.
He captures the territory of his future, tearing it from the claws of uncertainty. Every completed promise you made to yourself in the silence, it is an expansion of the borders of your personal empire. Every victory over the desire to be distracted, it is a strengthening of your bastions. Apply the technique we call shadow tracking.
This is a powerful mental hack. When you are too lazy to do something, when you are faced with a choice to make one more push or to give up, imagine your shadow, but not as a monster, but as your best, most realized and disciplined version. Imagine this person. He looks like you, but there is no doubt in his eyes, and his will is unshakable.
He is standing right behind you. Understand, at every moment in time, you are either feeding your shadow with your achievements, or it is consuming your life, turning you into a transparent ghost. Every time you choose the couch over the gym, or social media over work, that ideal you behind your back takes a piece of your reality. He becomes stronger, denser, and more successful, while you become weaker and more invisible.
At the end of the path, only one of you will remain. Either you will absorb your shadow, integrating its power into your life, or you will finally disappear, becoming just a shadow of your own unfulfillment. This is not a metaphor. It is how you feel at 40 years old, looking in the mirror and realizing that your life belongs to anyone but you. To prevent this, you must accept your dark side and direct it toward creating order.
Write in the comments right now, I accept my power. Let these words become your assembly point. From this moment on, your aggression is no longer directed at the world. It is directed at building your will. You are no longer a victim of your impulses. You are their master.
Niccolo Machiavelli, in his immortal work The Prince, derived a fundamental law of power. It is much safer for a ruler to inspire fear than love, if he cannot combine both. Most modern people make a catastrophic mistake by trying to negotiate with their lazy side, to persuade it, or to love their discomfort. This is the path to defeat. Your psyche, it is not a democracy. It is a despotism, where you are either an iron autocrat or an overthrown monarch in exile.
Look at the example of modern professional athletes or elite special forces units. Civilians think these people have some superhuman iron will that works 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. This is an illusion. They are simply masters of managing those short, critical windows of resistance.
They know the 30-second rule. The battle for the entire day is won or lost in the first 30 seconds an urge arises. If you held the line in those 30 seconds using delayed tyranny, you won the war for the productivity of that day. Apply the Machiavellian principle of divide and conquer to your tasks.
The limbic system is frightened by huge, monumental goals. They seem dangerous and energy-consuming to it. Break your great goal into small, almost insignificant segments. Do not plan to write a book. Command yourself to sit at the desk and write for 10 minutes. The limbic system will swallow this bait, considering it safe.
Now we move from theory and strategy to direct surgery on your lifestyle. I will present 5 tools to you that will become your code for the next 7 days. Understand, these are not friendly tips or recommendations from glossy magazines. These are hard protocols, orders for your mind. Failure to follow them means your voluntary return to the herd.
Protocol 1. Radical digital quarantine. Your smartphone. It is not just a means of communication. It is a device for delivering a drug directly into your brain. The first thing you will do right now, turn the screen to grayscale mode. In accessibility settings, this is called color filters.
Protocol 2. Intentional dopamine fasting. Once a week, you will spend 24 hours in a state of complete sensory deprivation. No food, only water. No gadgets, no books, and not even music. Only you, the silence, and your thoughts.
Protocol 3. Physical expansion and overcoming limits. Every day, you must bring yourself to the point of physical failure. This is not about fitness or health. It is about the dominance of the will over matter. You need to feel that exact moment when your body says, enough. When your muscles burn and your lungs demand oxygen.
Protocol 4. Evening shadow review and desertion analysis. A strategist analyzes his defeats with the cold impartiality of a surgeon. Every evening, in total silence, you open a journal and ask yourself 3 questions. Where did I betray my will today? At what point did I show weakness and give in to an impulse?
Protocol 5. The principle of strategic reward. Victory first, reward second. No stimulation until the first important task of the day is completed. If you drink coffee in the first 30 minutes after waking up, you are simply pouring gasoline on the fire of your laziness.
We are approaching the most important thing, the reason you started this rewiring in the first place. Friedrich Nietzsche proposed a concept capable of either breaking a person or turning them into a deity. It is the idea of eternal recurrence. Imagine that a demon appeared to you in a moment of your deepest loneliness and said, "This life, which you are living now, you will have to live countless more times."
Now, look at your day today. At the hours you spent on empty vanity. At the moments when you surrendered to laziness. at the cheap pleasures you use to try and drown out the internal vacuum. If you had to live this specific day for an eternity, would you be horrified or would you rejoice? Most people will shudder at the thought.
Discipline. It is your only way to build a life worth living infinitely. When you take control of your dopamine and your will, you stop being a victim of circumstances, forever complaining about the injustice of the world. You become the architect. You begin to mint every hour of yours like a gold coin, knowing that this moment is worthy of returning in eternity.
Machiavelli taught that people en masse judge by appearances, and only a few are able to feel what is happening inside you. Therefore, your discipline must be absolutely hidden. Do not be that neophyte who at every opportunity brags about his daily routine. Real strength, quiet.
I act in silence. Your future self is already here, watching you from Nietzsche's eternity. It is waiting to see what decision you make at this second. Act, now or never.